Hello everyone, this is Kitty Anderson. Hope you all doing well. In today's video, I'll be talking about 13 reasons why you can't stop thinking about him. And 9 ways to stop. So if you like the video related to manifest power, I would like to request you all please do subscribe the channel, hit the bell icon or give thumbs up so that I will come up with more and more videos with lots and lots of information. So here we begin. Let's go. 13 most top reasons why you can stop thinking about him, or 9 ways to stop. So can't get a guy out of your head, don't know what to do about it. It can be incredibly inconvenient to have a guy stuck in your mind, especially when you would rather focus on other things. After all, if you can't stop thinking about him, then it can be tough to move on with your life and keep your head in the game. You might find it hard to remain engaged in the present moment and focus on what you want to do. But don't worry, you are in the right place. So, I'm Carrie Anderson. I've spent countless hours researching psychology and the science of attraction, and in this video, I'm going to talk about everything I have learned to help you to stop thinking about this guy. So firstly, I am going to cover the reason why you might be obsessing over this guy. After that, we'll discuss what you can do about it. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. So 13 reasons why you can't get this guy out of your mind. The first one is you're in love. First thing first. It might be because you are in love. Simple, I know this is not always the case, but for the most people, when you can't stop thinking about a guy, it means that you have got all the feels for him. Perhaps you get along great, you know you like him, you think that he likes you, and you can't stop thinking about him and what the relationship will look like. On the other hand, perhaps you like him, but unfortunately your love is unrequited. Either way, if he is stuck in your head, then it's because of love. So why does love do this to us? Well, when you are first in love, your brain chemistry and hormones go crazy. So dopamine, the happy chemical, is released whenever you see your man and touch him or even think about him. When you believe you are finally found the one, dopamine is activated in droves. So dopamine is basically responsible for the head over heels elated part of love. So if you find your love, you might feel extremely happy and blessed to be with them. You will also be motivated to keep the bond alive. Also, it's important to know that. So this chemical is also released when you begin falling in love in the early stages. It's a stimulant and can give you a pounding heart and sweaty palms. The second part, you are soulmates. Maybe you guys are simply meant to be together. Let's be honest, we can waste a lot of time and energy with people who ultimately we are not meant to be with. Although things can start off great, all too often they fizzle out. You are lucky to being single. That's why I was so excited when I stumbled across a professional psychic artist who drew a sketch for me of what my soulmate looks like. I was a little skeptical at first, but my friend convinced me to give it a try. Now I know exactly what my soulmate looks like, and the crazy part is that I recognize them right away. The third one, you are infatuated. Maybe it's not true love. It might be more about infatuation. This means that you are interested in this man and you are extremely curious about his life and what he is like. Perhaps you have even dreaming of him. Maybe you know that relationship would never actually work between the two of you and you are not really talking or taking him seriously, but still you can't help but be interested, curious and attracted to him all at the same time. So he is at the center of your mind, but deep down you know that this feeling will pass and a relationship between the two of you would never actually work. The fourth one, what would a gifted advisor say? The signs above and below in this video will give you a good insight into why you can't stop thinking about him. Even so, it can be very worthwhile to speak to a highly intuitive person and get guidance from them. They can answer all sort of relationship questions and take away your doubts and worries, like why is he on your mind so much? Is he the one? Then the fifth part, you are sexually attracted to him. You are lusting after him. You can't help but think about doing the dirty with him. Maybe you have had sex with him and it was so unbelievably good that you want to do it again. Or maybe you haven't had sex with him yet, but you have just got this undeniable attraction to him that your mind and your body want him bad. Whatever it is, this is completely normal. We are all human, and we all feel attraction sometimes for a guy we didn't expect. For example, a lot of the time it can be a guy that really gets on your nerves. He might be a little rude, or he might constantly tease you or disagree with you. Then the sixth part, you might be horny. Sounds crass, but we get straight to the point on the hack spirit block. So it might not be anything particularly special about this guy, but you have been spending some time with him recently, and to be frank, you are just horny for anyone. Look, we all go through periods in life where we all sexually charged, and perhaps you are just going through one of the most or those moments right now. Then the seventh part, you are addicted to daydreaming. Look, there is no getting around it. Romance is a fantastic way to daydream and distract your mind. You can escape from reality and do things that you never thought you would be. Maybe you know a relationship with this guy would not work out, but curious doing the dirty with him in your mind sure is fun. But what I'm trying to get at here is that the reason he has got stuck in your mind may not be much about him after all. You are really just using it as a way of escaping reality after all. Daydreaming is a great way to escape reality. Maybe you have got some issues in your personal and professional life, and you are trying to avoid facing them head on. We have all been there. Humans don't like uncomfortable situations, and many of us avoid our problems in an effort to avoid feeling uncomfortable, or perhaps you are just a little bored at the moment. Life is a routine and you haven't got much going on, and this guy is providing the escapism that you desperately need in your mind. Eighth part, he's a really confusing guy. Perhaps you are simply confused by the signal he is giving you. You have no idea whether he likes you or whether he is not attracted to you, and because you are fishing for an answer, you can't help but think about him and what he feels about you. He's hot and cold, and you are analyzing every little thing he does because you need an answer. If the guy you are thinking about is confusing you, then perhaps you are not giving him what he really wants. Did you know that men have a built-in desire for something greater that goes beyond love or sex? Simply put, men have a biological drive to feel needed, to feel important, and to provide for the woman he cares about. Relationship psychologist. So how do you trigger this instinct in him? How do you give him the sense of meaning and purpose he craves? So the ninth part, you can't stop thinking about a hypothetical future with this guy. This ties into the daydreaming point above. We all enjoy thinking about a hypothetical future where the world is better than what it is now. Humans do this all the time, particularly as a way to relax and fall asleep. Perhaps you are addicted to thinking about a future with this guy and what things good looks like. The problem is you are not actually engaging in the present moment and wondering whether things could work out right now between the two of you. The 10th part, you are in a relationship with him and you don't know where it's headed. This is a common issue for many folks out there. When you are casually dating someone or even in a relationship with someone, sometimes or experience what is referred to as relationship anxiety. So this means that you are second guessing the relationship and the whether or not they truly have genuine feelings for you. You might know that you definitely like him, but you are just not sure if he feels the same way. In fact, it might not even be about yours or his feelings. Perhaps you are just worried that a relationship won't work out between the two of you. Whatever it is, it's normal to experience relationship anxiety, but if it's getting the point where it's interrupting your daily life, then it might be a wise idea to speak to a guy and work out your feelings and where your relationship is headed. The 11th part, you are undecided whether this guy is worth it or not. Guys are curious creatures, and despite how simple they appear on the surface, they can be incredibly tricky to figure out. What are his intentions? Is he a good guy, or is he just a player that knows how to play a game? You are just not sure how you feel about him and whether or not a relationship would actually work. As a consequence, you can't help but think about him because you have got a big decision to make. Should you give him a chance or should you kick him to the curb? Then to 12th part, your mind is making him seem better than he really is. You might B, thinking about a guy that doesn't actually exist. Confused? Let me explain. You see, I'm willing to bet that maybe you don't know him that well and you have formed this image in your mind of the perfect guy, and because he's totally perfect, your mind can't stop thinking about him and making up even more perfect scenarios. Look, maybe he's a good guy, but let me be abundantly clear, no one is perfect, and building this guy up perfect in your mind is incredibly native. So what's more, you are probably setting yourself up for disappointment when you do eventually get to know him more. So you are becoming obsessed with the idea you have created about him, but you are making a lot of guesses and you don't know how accurate those guesses are. The thing and with build up expectation is that it sets up for disappointment and heartbreak. The truth is, most of us overlook an incredibly important element in our lives, the relationship we have with ourselves. Last, not the least, he is not attracted to you. Human obsess over things we can't have. Why do you think people play hard to get? Because it works. You know he is out of your league and you know he is not attracted to you. In fact, he may have made that abundantly clear, but that just makes you want him more. And that's why you can't stop thinking about him. Now that we have spoken about why you are thinking about this guy, let's talk about what you can do to stop thinking about this guy. After all, this is probably the main reason you are getting this video. So that's all about the manifest power. I would definitely come in the next video with my another content. Till then, God bless you. Bye bye and take care.